Today here at this class, we're going to be talking about listings. We're going to talk about practice of conduct. We're going to be talking about ethics. We're going to be talking about getting sellers. We're going to be talking about marketing. We're going to be talking about CMAs. We're going to talk about every single thing there is to do with the listing and how to fill out a listing agreement. A listing agreement is a must. Here's something that you guys are going to enjoy. So let's say that you are putting your own property on the market, right? Do you need a listing agreement or not? Because it's your property. Yeah, you do. You know why? Because you can't trust yourself for backing out. You know, so no, it's part of the law. The listing agreement has to be thoroughly filled out, and it's got to be there. So what if your mom, your uncle, your brother, sister decides they want to sell their home? Do you need a listing agreement for them? Yes, you do, especially my mom. Are you kidding me? I can't trust her. There's no way. Mom, sign right here. How about your husband or your wife, your significant other? You must have it. So for every single listing, there must be a listing agreement. What goes along with the listing agreement? Also, seller's property disclosure, which we're going to talk about in a short period. And we're going to talk about everything today, from divorces to separations. Those are probably the ones that scare me the most. When a realtor comes to me and goes, Ismael, I've got a divorce going on, I go, oh my God. 50% of them close, 50% don't. And on separations, I love those. You know, it's got a very warm, and I feel fulfilled at the end, because in a lot of cases, these individuals that are separated, they come back together and they find love all over again. But what they leave on us is a major freaking nightmare, because you got that property on the market. A buyer already put an offer on it. That buyer has probably already given notice that they're moving out of their rental home, or they might even put their home for sale, which is on the market. Now, where's that buyer going to go? Just because you guys found love again? Are you serious? No. So listen, we're going to talk about this one in detail. If there's one that we're going to talk about in detail today, it's going to be called love. That is the most dangerous one, love. Yeah, all the rest of them, people are okay. They're okay with selling. They want to sell because they want to upgrade. They either want to downgrade sometimes. They have really nice homes, with pools and so forth, and they want a condo so they can travel more, less expenses and so forth, and others want to upgrade. Those are the phenomenal ones. Oh my God, those are the easy ones. The ones that I'm afraid of are the ones that L-O-V is involved. Yeah, those are the ones I don't want to be part of. So guys, today we're going to go into listings, very important, the code of practice, and ethics. So let's start here. I want to start out with the title. Title is very, very, very important. Do you guys know that we've done many closings, and our title department is very thorough. We have a very major, large company, and for many years of experience, everybody on staff has many years of experience, and we have found that there's been title defects, and they were 10 years ago, 15, 30. I've seen them up to 30 years ago, where the properties have been sold once or twice. And they didn't catch on, but now with today's technology at hand, guess what? We do find out. So your buyer just purchased a property with a clouded title that needs to get fixed and cannot be resold. So who are they going to come at? And they're going to be angry with you, the listing agency. So the listing agency, choosing the right title agency is super important. As you guys see here, we have Ellis, which she is probably, we'll have her up here in a sec, and Anna, who is the office manager. Here, don't come up here. One of the best things is that I love about all of our staff right now is that you can call them, come see them. They're going to always be there to help you, assist you with every single thing. So let me just give you this here. Sorry. We are there 24/7. Why? Because you guys are almost literally working 24/7. So you're working 7 days a week. Sometimes I've had calls from you guys from 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, and things like that, because that's the time that your clients, your clients are out there and you're showing properties. So if you're showing properties, your office should be there to support you, correct? Because if you have a question and you're ready to submit an offer, or your clients are very nervous when they're making an offer on a property. So not only does it have to do with financing, it's got to do with the contract laws, and it's got to do with title. Extremely, extremely important with the title department on there, okay? Anything you want to say there on we're there? And also we do closings. Not only do we do closings locally, we also do closings domestically, national, and international, because we are dealing with a lot of foreign nationals. We're dealing with a lot of foreign nationals. So we have an office right now. Well, we can close anywhere remotely, all over, okay? Ooh, thanks, gracias. And we can close anywhere remotely. We are dealing with a lot of foreign nationals. We are prepared to assist them, and even with the financing department, even we don't handle the financing department, but we've got many lenders that will assist them. Because sometimes, when they're bringing the money overseas, they can't bring all their money because they're being taxed on that money. So they can only bring limited amount of money. And let me tell you, those loans are very easy to do, but you have to have the right paperwork, and the title agency's got to be prepared in order to do, by law, with the immigration laws and so forth like that. So tell us a little bit about you and Anna and what you guys do over there, because you guys are and probably one of the things that, what do you find that are your biggest setbacks, or not even setbacks, or thoughts where the realtors are coming in that they mostly need help with?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Carrielis Mora. I do client services and title sales. And then Anna, that's not here, she's the office manager. All of us work as a team. We want to give you exceptional service. That way you guys give your clients exceptional service, and that you get to the closing table and you get that paycheck. That's what, what we're all here for. But to give, that client is going to give you repeat client. They're going to give you a referral. So we want to be a team and give everybody exceptional service. A little bit of what Anna does is that she makes sure that the title is completely clean and gives updates to all of your clients and gives the HUD out to make sure that everybody understands what the closing costs, everything that has to do at the closing table. I do all of the closings here, but I'm also a mobile notary, so if they need your clients, if they're older or they just can't get to the office, we want to be there for your clients as well. And I go to people's houses. I'm available 24/7. And if I don't pick up, leave me like a text message. I'll make sure I get back to you with a timely manner. And then we also have an exceptional app that with this app, I kid you not, you're gonna prove to your client that you're a true professional. You pull up the closing costs for your buyers, and so they know how much they need to bring to the closing table. They're not up in the air, how much do I need for closing? It's pretty much exact. It's a very close estimate.
Yeah. Very accurate. And truly all you need are just 5 pieces of information on that. So one of the things, we're gonna go over it briefly today because we can't go, we did a class on seller's net proceeds the other day. It is online, you can watch it. We're gonna briefly go over it today again, but go to see Carrie over there or see any of the young ladies. And once you learn the app, it is so, you guys should see the print on this. This is gonna have your photo on it, it's gonna have your information, and when you give this is called it's just like a preliminary app. I mean a preliminary CD, okay? And it's gonna be a net proceeds as well to the client. That net proceeds is gonna tell them exactly how much money they're gonna get at the time of closing. I spoke to a realtor yesterday that honestly, he should come to classes more often, first of all, and know his tools and take the tools that we've got to offer. So he did a closing. I'm really glad that he did this closing, but he's having to give up close to about around close to $20,000 of his commission. So it's a really nice closing, but he's given up $20,000, and you want to know why? he's giving up $20,000 because he doesn't know what the seller's net proceeds were, or he didn't explain carefully to the seller and didn't show him and get it in writing that the seller is signing and stating that this, if we close on the property, this is exactly what I want to get, okay? And just like Carielis is saying here, okay, our app that we've got, it's on the money. It's literally on the money with a couple of things that you guys need to know. I said there was 5 things, right? You guys are gonna know this now.
You guys can also play with the numbers. So for example, if you are gonna list the property at 400 and the payoff is 200, then you know that the seller wants to net 200. So you can play with the numbers to know what, like, the exact price you wanna list it at. So the seller will know exactly what you want to list it at, and after commission, after payoff, after all titles, all the expenses, they know exactly how much they're netting, and there's no surprises. You know, when you show them the preliminary HUD 3 days before closing, and they're like, "What?"
So what do you guys think? That was the same case that happened yesterday. The HUD came in. It wasn't our title agency. It was chosen by the other realtor and the buyer. And they went with that. Okay, but it wasn't the title agency's fault either. It wasn't. Title agency has to go by exactly what the contract dictates. Whatever the payoff is, that's the payoff. Whatever the seller's expenses are, those are the expenses, you know, including the documentary stamps, including the commission, and everything else that goes involved with it. What would happen there was that the listing agent didn't do his job correctly on making sure he put it in front of him, in front of the seller, and say, look, this is how much you're going to get. So the seller, in his mind, thought he was going to get X amount of dollars. When he saw his CD, guess what? He was $20,000 short. Thank goodness that the commission it's a very large commission. And what I said to the listing agent is, listen, it's better to make something than nothing, and be a gentleman about it. Be a gentleman about it, accept your error, okay? Because that client, I don't know if he will or not, I don't know what type of relationship you have with him, but I figure you got a pretty good relationship. If he gave you that listing, you got a pretty good relationship with him, okay? That client probably has more properties and more referrals down the road. So what is the right thing to do? I'm not telling you what to do. You can go back and start negotiating with them all over again. But I think you're gonna upset the client unnecessarily, and that is the wrong thing to do. Make this a pleasant experience for your client, so your client will come back to you, so your client will send you more referrals, so your client can say, hey, listen, dealing with Ismael was a pleasure. That's the word right there. So don't go back, oh, can we renegotiate this? I know that I told you you're gonna get X amount of dollars, but you're gonna get $20,000 less. Can we talk about this? Where are you gonna go with that? In my book, don't do that. So what do? Accept your errors, and we did what's called a commission waiver.
You guys don't want to put yourself in that kind of situation. So what I always tell everybody, we're here to help you. We give you the resources and the tools to have a successful closing. I mean, if you ask me 20 billion questions, I'm gonna be here to help you. So if he would have asked to do a seller's net sheet, I mean, he wouldn't have put himself in that situation. So being prepared, and you asked me like some of the obstacles that I come across with agents is, guys, we're in the business of client services.
That's
Pick
right.
up your phone, text me. If you don't understand, ask Ismael, ask myself, ask Anna. You know, that way you are giving the best service to your client. And some of these clients don't even check their emails. So you want to be like, hey, the title wants to know if you're single, married, what is your forwarding address. You guys got to stay on top of your clients. That way they don't feel lost at the end and they don't know what's going on.
Well, let me ask you a question. What if your client CD's there and the client says to you for whatever reason, geez, that wasn't what I was expecting to make or walk away with? Aren't you going to be happy you got that seller's net proceeds right there next to you? You go, wait, is this your signature? Didn't you sign this? Look what it says right there. You're getting exactly or even more. You see what I mean? So now there is no backing off or anything like that. You did your job correctly, okay? So it's very important, and we're going to go over that in a couple of minutes, and I'll have Carielis help us with that there. One of the things that I want to go over, especially with talking about title now that we're going into, Partnership Realty is affiliated with our title agency. So you need the affiliated broker's disclosure, as you guys are seeing right there. So that's something right there that needs to go inside of all of your files, okay? So that goes inside of your files. That's another document that must be in there, okay? DAs. Guys, DAs is like the best word that could have been, I mean, since whoever loves Christmas and getting gifts, or whoever loves getting gifts, all right? The DA was a gift to me. That was when we've been doing DAs for quite a long time. And DA is probably one of the best words. It's called disbursement authorization. That means you get paid at closing. That means that you are not going to have to wait a week or 3 or 4 or 5 days. Now there will be some smaller title agencies, and there will be some attorneys that go, oh, we don't do DAs. And I don't want to get into the reasons why. If you guys want to ask me after class why they do that, I'll tell you exactly why they do that. And it's mostly for 1099 reasons. They feel that they're obligated to give you guys a 1099 when we give you the 1099, okay?
To use our title company, we still needed the DA signed.
Yeah, yes, you can. You have to. It's the law. You cannot get paid directly. You guys know that. You cannot get paid directly unless the broker authorize it. You like that one? Authorize that. So, that's a new one. Unless the broker authorizes it. Okay.
That's what we get for speaking Spanglish. We can start getting confused.
Yeah. So if the broker authorizes it. Okay, no, I've got to authorize it. And then you can get paid directly on there. And you don't have to wait, you don't have to wait 3 days, because if they do give you the check, you have to bring us the check there. And one of the things I see the most, and we need our money right away, right? Because we've been working really hard. We want to pay our bills, or we want to buy, I don't know what we want to buy. There's a lot of things that I do know exactly what I want to buy. I can go on and on, but that's a totally different topic, okay? But we have that money accounted for. So you want your check right there at closing. How do you do that? With a disbursement authorization, with the DA. But if they don't, you can't come up to payroll and tell payroll, hey, payroll, I want my check. Are you kidding me? I've got your check in my hand. I haven't even deposited into my account yet. Let the check go into the account, let it clear, and then we'll pay you. It takes about 2 to 3 days, But you guys can avoid that by just using our DA. And the way our system is set up is perfect. It's a perfect system. Your 1099, you will be accounted for, everything. So you'll get your award. Remember, guys, December 21st, and the seats are running out. Make sure you get it. We have an amazing end of the year party, the ones that have been there. And this year, and every year we have to top it. It has to get better and better, We can't go backwards. So this year, I always keep telling myself every year, I go, oh my God, this was the most amazing party we've ever had. No, this year I think it's going to be the most amazing one, because we have a good crew. We've got a good team, and they're all artists, and they're all coming together, and we're putting together one heck of an award ceremony party that you don't want to miss. So you and a guest are allowed to come with you, at least one, So December 21st, don't miss it. So there's your DA right there. It has to be thoroughly filled out. It's right online. It's in your form simplicity, which I'll show you in a little bit. And I think it's like the 6th one down. But it's inside your buyer's package. It's inside your listing package. It's inside the vacant land package. It's inside the commercial package. It's inside everywhere. But that's got to get signed and sent over to us. And it doesn't matter what title agency is using it, Now we've got something super exciting for you guys. And whoever wants to use this you guys need tools, first of all. And second of all, how you want to be different to all the other realtors out there. And please remember something here. I hear this comment all the time, okay? Not all the time, but once in a while I'll hear it, where someone will say to me, oh my God, there's too many realtors. No, there's not. There's barely any realtors. No, there's too much competition. No, there's not. The only competition that you guys have, look in the mirror. You guys got mirrors on both sides of this classroom. It's you. If you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the tools, you don't have the technology, you don't have everything that we provide you, then you are your worst enemy. But when you're prepared, you're not going to lose a client. I don't care. I'm the broker of the office, and I can't take your client. You want to know why? Because her clients are in her circle. People who know her, people that give her referrals and stuff like that. And if I just dare, walk into her circle and say, hey, listen, I'm the broker of the office. I will give you better service than she will. She's just a realtor. Are you kidding me? They're going to go, what a mean guy. They're going to go, get that guy away from me. People do business with other people because they trust you. Because they trust you. And there are realtors right now sitting in this classroom that have very, very large portfolios. When I mean portfolio, means large accounts and many, many, many clients. And we're talking by the majority huge. Now, how did they get all those clients? You want me to tell you why? Dedication, hard work, knowledge, and everything. And a realtor, I'm one of the realtors here. I'm very proud of many of you guys in here. But you're in here, and you're still learning. You're still learning on what's new, and because technology is, our rules and laws are changing all the time. So you got to stay on top of the things, because we're in a contractual world. You know that everything that is signed, whether it's a sale, whether it's a commercial, residential commercial, lease or a rental, what is it? It's a contract. Where does it end up at? Court, some type of court or another. Civil court or DBPR, Division of Real Estate, the grievance committee, the compliance. So let's do things correctly, okay? So here's another tool, how this makes you guys stand out to be different. Mostly, we've always been doing it with the luxury home, the high-end listings. But I was thinking about it on how us to be different and how for you guys to be different is give you the same tool that we're using in luxury homes on just average everyday homes. Okay, so the sales point could be anywhere from $150,000 to $350,000, $500,000 or $600,000 home. Correct? $600,000, you're already getting into the luxury home a little bit. All right, but let's just go under a pre-listing inspection. I'm going to tell you guys the benefits from that. All right, the benefits are that that there's going to be an inspection done on this property. Correct? There has to be. It's got to be an investor who's going to buy it, and he's buying it as is. Now that happens because I'm an investor. Once in a while, I see a property and I'll put in there no inspection. I'm buying it as is because I know I have to redo the whole entire home anyway. So inspection, but not when a homeowner is selling the property or anyone. So what you want to do is prevent let's say that the seller wants, I don't know, let's just use the number, $370,000 for the home. All right. And again, I just talked to a realtor yesterday that reduced the home by $15,000. Now, after it was contracted, why was it reduced by $15,000? Because they did an inspection report on the property. They found all these defects on the home, correct? And now the buyer wants all these defects fixed in order to continue on with this contract. Now, you guys told your seller, and here's the seller's net proceeds, that the seller's going to receive X amount of dollars. Well, in this case, yesterday's case, the seller did agree to it and gave them a reduction for the repairs of $15,000. So that's $15,000 that the seller's not getting. Me as a seller, guys, I wouldn't be too happy. No, heck no. I wouldn't be happy at all, period. That I would have to give up $15,000 of my money? Absolutely not. If you want a brand new house, go buy it. There are new constructions everywhere. Okay? Oh, they're very expensive, aren't they? Okay? But anyway, let's do something. Let's try to prevent having to reduce the price, and then again, going back and forth of negotiating. That is time consuming. That is annoying. It makes everybody upset. Not upset. Maybe that's the wrong word. It turns the negotiating scenario into a little uncomfortable situation, Because if she's the seller, now I got to go back to her. Now I have to listen to her, blah, 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 blah. You know, why she doesn't want to reduce it. Then I got to go back to you, to the buyer's agent. You know, oh, my seller doesn't want it. And I'm like a ping pong ball, just being full of bruises everywhere. So what do we do something? Let's do a pre-listing inspection. An inspector's going to go out there, and an inspector's going to look at every little defect that he can find, correct? And now you've got it. Your seller has a pre-listing inspection, and she's a listing agent, and she's got it as well too. So one of the things we do in luxury homes is we've got the pre-listing inspection. Now what the seller does, if we find things wrong with the home, we have documented that this, and this has all been fixed. So as a buyer, I would feel very comfortable with knowing that these things, I'm buying an older home, obviously homes deteriorate, okay? And things do happen. And that the seller was a phenomenal seller, now I feel more confident with that seller. I feel that I am dealing with a very, you know, a very thought-worthy person, someone who's really thinking about really making this a very pleasant deal, okay? And what's going to happen with that is it's going to make the buyer feel more comfortable. At the same token, you're going to eliminate the possibility of reducing that price down by $15,000 or greater. I've seen $30,000, $40,000. I've seen $100,000. Okay, so how can we prevent that? Guys, we're professionals. So you're going to talk to your sellers, and you're going to tell them, listen, we are going to give you a pre-listing inspection at no charge. Now, does that make you guys different from all the other agencies out there? Want to know why? Because Partnership Realty's got every single tool that you can have to be the best realtor in the state of Florida. We've got it all. We've got the production crew. We've got the social media crew. We've got the classes. We've got 5 separate lenders in our office. 5 separate lenders. We've got an inspection company. We have our own chef. Are you kidding me? Guys, if you guys, I don't know. If you guys don't take it, oh wait, how much do I charge you guys for all this? What? That's when you close. I don't charge you anything. There's no fee. You have a professional photographer, Javier, that will take professional photography for you guys. And we'll talk about that one in a second. Change your photos around every so often. Bring in a new suit. Bring in a new dress that you bought, or a suit or whatever. And for your social media, we'll get in that one in a little bit, marketing, right? But we're going to still stick with this here. All right, so you've got Roberto's information right there. He has a full crew. He's got a full crew that'll work with you. And he'll do this pre-listing. Now, it's going to be basic. He's going to find all the major information. But if they want more of a thorough, okay, there'll probably be an additional extra charge. But the pre-listing, there's no charge for that. So that makes you different to all the other real estate agents out there. Because if there is a seller interviewing 3 realtors, and you're able to do a feature home video at no charge, if you're able to do a pre-listing inspection report like that at no charge, guys, what's stopping you from getting listings? Marketing. That's what's stopping you guys from getting a listing. It's called marketing. Okay? There's no reason that you guys, but you have to do this at home or here in the office. You guys have to do this on your own. I can give you the tools, but if you guys don't use these tools and put them to your favor, you know, but let me tell you something. There's a lot of realtors here that are doing it, and they are doing phenomenally well. So now you guys have free inspections that you can offer. So those other 2 real estate agencies, agents that are coming from other agencies, they can't compete with you. They cannot compete with you at all, period. Okay? Exclusive listing agreement here, the right of sales. Okay, we're going to go over that, and I'm going to show you guys how to fill that out real quickly. I'm going to come back to that in a second, and that what I want to get into are this right here. This right here is what I want to get into. So that way I don't have her tied up here for such a long period of time. When you guys are going to, here's the seller's net proceeds. Now there's 2 ways of doing it, and we've got classes on this here. There's 2 ways of doing this. One would be a manual. I love manual. because I know what I'm doing. Then you are using our app, correct? It can be done on the phone as well too?
It's actually right now only on the phone.
Only on the phone. Easier, better than a laptop.
Yep.
Right from, yeah. You can be doing it in your car while you're sitting next to your client right there, just plugging in the numbers.
It doesn't even take 5 minutes.
Exactly.
It's super fast.
Isn't it? It's super easy to do. Okay, so one thing that I recommend you to do is you got to have these items right here. Here we go. So the information required is going to be, these are the items that you must have in order to plug it into your cell phone, or if you want to use our app, which I'll show you guys in a minute. You got to have the seller's name. How easy is that? Man, that is so darn easy. Like you said, Roxana, super easy. Home address. Well, you got to the property, right? So you know the home address. Still super easy. Mortgage statement, which that one is super important, guys, to do the math that I'm going to show you. Because if not, you're going to be off on the seller's net proceeds by $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. And I've got sellers that you're off by $700 and they're angry. I've seen them. They're angry. So where's the $700 going to come from? Your commission. But I've seen it all the way to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, like the case yesterday. Man, $20,000 that he was off. That's a big one. That's because he didn't do this right here. And if he did it, he didn't do it accurately. Okay, so we're going to go over the mortgage statement in a couple of minutes.
The good thing about the app is that you don't even need to know the property taxes. You don't have to go to Papa and look it up. Once you put in the address, it pulls it up right away. Like, it's super smart. Like,
yeah.
You don't have to look up the property address. Obviously, you want to know how much is the commission, the payoff, and if you're going to do a transaction fee, all of that to be as accurate as possible.
It's super easy to do. We're probably going to do another class like that. And if not, we'll have a day, we'll put it on there. Let's schedule that in. We'll put it over there. We're going to be doing workshops now. On Fridays and Saturdays, there's always going to be workshops. So you guys will come in, whatever subject is, and it might be 10, 15, 20-minute class. But that'll be a nice class to do.
Absolutely.
And we'll do it over there at the other classroom that we've got. You guys will come in there and learn how to use this app on your phone. And like you said, it's literally 5 minutes. I like doing things manually, but as you can see right here, you know, these are the items that you need. All right. So again, these are the documents that are required. You need to find out if there is an HOA information, super important. And you need to find out, you know, what the fee is quarterly. They're always quarterly. Again, I know Kerieles does it by just using the app, but I'm one of those individuals, as you guys see me before this class. Not only did I talk to one attorney, then I talked to 3 major individuals outside again, because I love stuff being repeated to me. I love to know exactly what I'm doing, okay? So I love to see the property tax roll, you know, the mortgage statement, seller's property disclosure, which we're going to go over. It's extremely, extremely important, okay? And then seller's net proceeds. You guys saw what the seller's net proceeds is, and it needs to be signed by who? It needs to be signed by, exactly. Let me get the seller's net proceeds here. And it needs to be signed, guys, please forgive me. I'm still working with this and learning how to do this, working it backwards. This is our first class here. I'm excited about it, and I'm doing it all totally back. There it is. So this here has to be signed by, if we use the app is going to do it already, but if not, it's got to be signed by your sellers or seller and you. So that way there is no mistake, okay?
I mean, I recommend everybody to have the app, but you're more than welcome to come to the office, ask me. I can give you a preliminary HUD. You know, a lot of people do like to see the printout, so I can give you a printout so you can already go to your listing appointment with the printout. That some people are not tax app savvy and they would like to see a printout. More than welcome to give you one of those as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if you want. I don't want to keep you tied up here because I know you're busy over there.
Thank you.
But I wanted you guys to meet her and come by and talk with the girls over there at the office. The ladies are phenomenal. They're very helpful, and they're going to help you keep your commission. And honestly, it makes if I'm an investor, which I am an investor, and a lot of investors aren't realtors. They depend on a realtor to help them buy and sell homes and locate the homes and things like that. If I'm a contractor, if I'm a builder, if I am just a seller, and when we go to closing and my net proceeds are short, $6,000, $8,000, $10,000, that is a reflection of what? A bad reflection on who? You as a professional. So don't let that. So come learn. I mean, I've got plenty of classes on how to do it manually, and come just see our staff. We'll do a class like that. We'll put it in for either Monday or Friday of next week. It's a little workshop. It's not going to be aired, but you guys will come in there, and like Rosanna said there, it's literally what? How long did it take you to play with it?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, guys.
It's $9 yearly.
Wow.
Super, it's nothing.
It's phenomenal.
That's if you.
It's a great home.
That's if you get the premium, but we do offer it as well free. And
Yeah.
it gives you market analysts. It also gives you like to market yourself on Instagram. Like if it's Cinco de Mayo and you want Mexican hats, you know, and you're at the closing table, go ahead and take a picture and upload it. Like you don't have to go to Canva. It does it for you. You know, it's super fast.
Yeah, that premium is phenomenal because you can change it with the holidays, whatever holiday you're having, and it looks great, guys. I mean, $9 a year. Are you serious? Are you serious? Yeah, let's not even go there. McDonald's is more expensive than freaking $9. Go buy something at McDonald's and I'll see you. And this is a tool to make you look more professional, especially when whatever holidays, like you said. Everything is in there for you to design it out. So I want to thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you so
and
much.
see you over there soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so I'm a really good broker. I have no idea how to put this back. Leave it there. All right, so let's do an exclusive listing agreement and how it should be filled out, all right? So let's do something here. And I'm gonna bring one up real quick. And this is, got it right here. All right, so when you're doing this, when you guys are doing this, you want this as thoroughly, well, that didn't help out a bit, did it? Let's bring it back to where it was. Okay. I'm still learning how to play with this. No. Here, I'm gonna go back to manual. All right, so here, guys, I'm using as an example just my name, okay?
The mic off, making a feedback. Feedback.
Thank you. Gracias. Okay, so just using as our office, you know, as a, but everything here needs to get filled out, okay? And one of the things that I highly recommend is leave nothing open, put a 0 or NA where it belongs at. So in this case here, for example, you know, it's a 6-month contract. So we're doing a 6-month listing, correct? The address definitely goes in there. Here's your legal description. That is the Social Security of the home. Personal properties, if there's anything, they should go right there, okay? If it's currently occupied, these are the most toughest ones of all. And guys, look at this right here on your, I guess on your right. Anything with an asterisk on it, do you think Florida Realtors, which is our governing bodies, okay, our attorneys and so forth, do they feel that this is a very important a document or line that needs to get filled out? Yes. If there's an asterisk on that number, that means it's important and it needs to be filled out. So rental properties. Here's something. Let's talk about tenants. there are a few different ways about going with the tenant. If the property has a tenant in it and they're leaving, let's say the lease expires within about 60 days, sure, then we could do what's called a primary residence loan for wherever the buyer is. We could do for primary residence like the rates are lower than an investment and so forth, okay? But if it's a 1-year lease or a 10-year lease, those are the toughest ones. So please, talk to whoever calls you up to have patience. Now, some of these realtors that are calling you guys up have zero, or they're probably brand new. They just got licensed, and they think it's really easy to get into a tenant's home and to show the property. It is hard as heck. And not only is it hard as heck to be able to show the property, to get them out of the house is hard as heck. Even if there's only they're on a month-to-month basis, correct? We've seen this many times where a property is on a month-to-month basis, and the buyer wants the property vacant before they move in. Before you go under contract, please leave it, all right? Stated, whether it's text or emails, all right? Leave it said that there's a tenant in there and there's a good possibility that we are going to have struggles to get the home people out of there. Because a lot of tenants can't find the right property that they want, correct? Before the closing date. And those tenants are not going to move out. They're not going to move out. So what's going to happen? You guys are going to have to, really buckle up and become just the right, you're going to have to become the right realtor. And how do you become the right realtor? Well, communication, pure communication. Talk to the tenants, to the buyer's agent, and tell them, listen, there's a tenant in there, and we might have to go into a little bit of a struggle to get them out, because we can't go over there and we can't pull them out. We love to pull them out. Just open the door, grab them, pull them out. That's not possible. You can't threaten a tenant either, because who do you think is going to go to jail? Or if you pull them out, who? You are going to. So we have to take them out with the legal process of an eviction, correct? Or we can give them something what's called cash for keys. This is something that I would do. I would prepare my seller for this. Let's give them a cash for key. If you move out a week prior or 2 weeks prior to the closing date, that you're going to give them X amount of dollars back. There's a couple of ways of negotiating that one. One, the seller themselves might not want to give them $1,000 or $1,500 back. And let's say just for an example, just for this class sake here, let's say that I would offer them, if you move out, the closing date's on the 30th, but if you can move out by the 15th, you'll get an additional $1,000. But if you move out by the 20th, you'll get $500. It's called cash for keys, right? Because if you don't prepare yourself, I will promise you one thing. You're going to have a nightmare, because the buyer's agent is going to be really riveted. The poor buyers, put yourself in those buyers' shoes. Oh my God, they've already moved out of their home. They have no place to go, okay? They probably already sold their home. Everything's in a U-Haul truck or in a pod. You see what I mean? This is a major problem. It happens quite a bit. Do you guys think the tenant cares? Tenant doesn't care. Tenant's in there. And some of these tenants know that the only way you're getting them out is how? Eviction. Some of these tenants go, I'm going to take my time. Because if you, the listing agent, you're going to go there in a very nice term, I probably would go there recording everything. I would probably go there recording everything. Really, I would bring somebody with me to record this whole thing, this whole conversation, that I wasn't violent. I wasn't speaking out loud. I was being very professional. Listen, we really need you guys to be out by the 30th. And today is the 15th or the 14th. Have you found a place to live? No. Are you looking? No. When are you going to start looking? So maybe that's the time to offer cash for keys. Okay? Maybe you might want to do it out of your commission. Hey, listen, anyway, you're not going to close on the 30th because this tenant already is giving you a hard time. If they're giving you a hard time from the beginning, what do you think is going to happen? Oh, they're going to just change their mind? Oh, no, let me be polite to him or to her. We're going to move right out. No, I see them not doing it because they don't care. They truly don't care. But you know what does talk sometimes? I mean, this doesn't happen all the time. A lot of times we have very good, polite tenants and good individuals, but we do run in. How many of you guys have run into a scenario like that where the tenants don't want to leave? Quite a bit. And some of you guys are shy because I've already talked to you guys before in my office. You guys are shy of not raising your hands, and I know who you guys are, all right? So there's quite more than what the few that raised their hand. There's quite more of realtors that have already experienced this scenario. So here's something to do. Do what's called cash for keys. I would prefer, if I'm making, I don't know, X amount of dollars, make X amount less to make sure this becomes a very pleasant experience. And not a pleasant experience. I want to make it a pleasant experience for the buyer's agent, and I want to make it for the buyer too. Put yourself in the buyer's shoes. What a very uncomfortable scenario.
That cash for key void the leasing company?
No, I said they were on a month-to-month basis.
Oh.
And even if they weren't on a month-to-month basis, okay, even if they weren't on the month-to-month, you can still break a lease. Just offer them X amount of dollars to move out.
By doing an agreement?
Oh yeah, you could break a lease. You know, I mean, definitely with everybody's mutual agreement. Yeah, of course. You know, tell them, listen, we're going to give you X amount of dollars if you're out by such and such date. But here's the important part, guys. You need to speak to that buyer's agent. Buyer's agent, you know that I have a tenant in there. I can't tell you that they're very cooperative. I don't know what their results are going to be like. And even though I tell you this, listen to this, it's really, really important. Even though I tell you this verbally, guess what Ismael's going to do? I'm going to grab my cell phone and I'm going to go, good morning or good afternoon. Thank you for speaking with me concerning this matter. And I'm going to leave it all cleared. So when the time of the closing comes, you're not going to come back and holler and scream, and I want to talk to your broker, and all of this, and threatens and lawsuits. I told you that there was a tenant in there, and I don't know how cooperative they're going to be. We are going to do our best to get them out. We're going to do our best to get them out. But you know very well that some of these tenants are not very cooperative. You guys know this, okay? And the ones that don't know it, the ones that are brand new in real estate, you'll know it, okay? But if you prepare yourself the way I'm explaining how to do things, this is going to prevent you from having a lot of brain damage and headaches, okay? So this is something that you guys definitely want to do. Address this matter. Okay, showings. On showings, try to get 24-hour notice, okay? Try to be present at your showings if you can be. Because some of these tenants that are in there, they're going to try to stay in there. Tell me, you guys haven't really dealt with this, or you really have. So they will end up saying things that aren't quite true to destroy the buyer from buying this property, correct? Yeah. From buying this property so they can stay in that property a lot longer. Because see, they're paying a rent that has probably been 3-4 years ago, and today's market is not $850 or $875 a month, okay, or $1,000 a month. And they already went out there and they seen that today's rent is $2,000, $2,300. So they don't want to leave from there. Heck no. So they're going to come in there and just destroy your buyers and the possibilities. You need to be at those showings, okay? And let them know that it could be to have the buyer prepared to maybe at the time of closing, right? To maybe prepared to be somewhere until we can get them out, unless the buyer wants to take possession and evict them, because there's going to be a security deposit. The security deposit has to be transferred over to the buyer. There could be a last month and a security deposit. It's going to be transferred over to the new buyer. So now the new buyer, you know that security deposit does not belong to the landlord. Who does it belong to? To the tenant. The tenant has to leave from that property and leaving it under the as-is conditions as they got it when they moved in there. So guess what? Me as the new buyer now, I'm going to evict you with your own security deposit. I'm going to evict you out of there with your own security deposit. You're defaulting, you know. So anyway, there's many different ways of handling it. But please, anytime there's a tenant, a tenant involved, please come see me. I don't mind talking with you guys, because what we're going to do is prevent what? Headaches, gray hairs, Tylenols, ibuprofens, all that stuff. Yeah. So we have to have something really important with people they don't understand between the cash, conventional, FHAs, and VAs. I see a lot of listings that will only put in their cash and conventional, no VAs. What's the difference between a VA, guys, and a conventional? That the appraisal is easier? The appraisal's the same. It's just under the FHAs, if you want to know why it doesn't qualify for an FHA, correct? If you want to know why, if it doesn't, it's because of the ownership of the property. As an investor like I am, I bought a property back in the beginning of August. I think I'm going to put it for sale now in a couple of weeks. So I don't quite have the seasoning that FHA guidelines require. And what is the seasoning that FHA guidelines requires? 90 days. 90 days. So that means that the owner needs to be the owner of that property for 90 days. So that's where a lot of listing agents will put no FHAs. But go into the property appraiser's office, correct? Go into the property appraiser's office and look it up of how long they've owned it. Because the majority of the listing agents, when they don't put FHA in there, they have a huge misconception. This is their misconception. They think that the appraisal is easier. Second of all, they think that the guidelines of a conventional loan are easier than FHA. Are you kidding me? The easiest, best loan in the freaking US of A is an FHA loan, because it gives leniency since it's insured. It gives leniency and to the buyers possibilities of buying. By you not marking off FHA, you're going to lose more than 50% of potential buyers. You'll lose more than 50% of potential buyers. I want everybody. I want an FHA. I want a VA. I want to sell that property as quickly as possible, because my seller needs to be educated, because my seller probably wants to go buy another property. And you guys know it's time of the essence. Time is of the essence. If we don't get this property under contract and sold quickly, he's going to lose out on that other property. And what are you going to lose out on? 2 sales. You're losing out on the sale of his property and the purchase of the other one. So a lot of people have a misconception about an FHA. They think that the appraisals are more lenient and the conventional guidelines are more lenient. They're not. FHA is the same, and FHA guidelines have a lot more leniency on the employment, DTI, debt to income ratios, on the job, on just on everything overall credit scores, you name it. Those are like the best clients to purchase in the world. Okay. Now, if there is a property, still a lender can close on it. It's just going to require 2 appraisals. Okay, you can, if the client says, I really want that house, well, that lender might ask you for 2 appraisals before the 90-day period. You guys understand? After 90 days, it's a normal loan. Just 1 appraisal. That's the only difference between FHA. Well, there's a lot of differences. It's just the seasoning. Seasoning means ownership, okay? So before the 90 days, if the owner has only been the owner of that property for 60 days, correct? The lender that you're going to go with, there'll be a good possibility they'll require 2 appraisals. And both appraisals will come in and you can close on the property. So you can close a property that's with FHA, okay? So I recommend putting it all down. I don't know, it's extremely important in my book. Let me see how I can roll this down. don't think I can. I'll just do it manually here. So the next one here, guys, is going to be the sales price, right? Again, you've got asterisks next to it. Seller financing. You don't really see a lot of seller financing. You might see some seller financing in some cases that they will do it. I had a very big piece of property. Actually, I've had two properties just last week. One of them was a property on the ocean, okay? A little bit over close to like, I think $2.7 million. And it's been 163 days on the market. Can't sell. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but it can't sell. So the question that I had, because the realtor came to see me and said, Ismael, how can we market this home? Let's get this thing sold. Okay, I need to get it sold. And one of the questions is, how much does your seller owe on it? Okay, so seller financing might come into place there. Seller's getting a return on their money. They're getting the payments. They're going to sell it, get a good portion, 50% down or more, okay, and just finance a portion of it. That's one way of doing it. Find out from your sellers. On vacant land, we've had many properties that have been over 20 acres, 15 acres, 20 acres, 40 acres, and sellers will hold paper on it because they own them free and clear. They will hold paper on that. Hold paper means that there'll be seller financing, okay? So that's the other thing that comes into place there. But you'll only fill it out. Let's go down here, all right? Seller's discount. What does that mean? That means that right now, because of the rates being where they're at, lenders are doing buy down points. Your seller's not going to buy down points for the buyer. Let the buyer pay for their own points. I can't see sellers paying for points for, at all. So the next one is going to be, you guys need to thoroughly read through all this right here. Right here. Why not allow the property to be displayed everywhere through the internet? Okay, we have a lot of very good companies out there that are displaying it for data purposes, for appraisals, and so forth. So I don't see why not to allow it for marketing purposes. So 58. Me personally, I feel okay with that. Lockbox system. If the seller is allowing a lockbox, and guys, I really truly recommend two things nowadays. You're gonna love this one. I truly recommend two things nowadays. Especially on your higher-end homes, right? You know what realtors are doing in there? And let them know that before they go in there, that there are cameras. Guys, you know how much it costs to buy cameras on Amazon nowadays and to install them? Cameras are like $15, and you'll put them right there. You'll put a couple of them in there. It's for security purposes, okay? And for many, and I can go into multiple, which we are going to talk about it, cameras in there, and get a Supra. You can go rent the Supra. And that Supra is going to be designed and it's going to be designated to that property. When you put a combination lockbox in front of it, you don't know who goes in, you don't know who comes out, you don't know who's got the code. God forbid anything happens in there, right? How do you respond back to your seller, okay, or the homeowners on that property? With the Supra, you know who went in, how long they were in there, and when they came out. Okay, and there are certain hours of the night that you can't get in. There's no way of getting in there. And cameras, let them know, because there is not a trend, but there are certain realtors. I'm not going to talk about counties right now, but there are certain counties that this trend seems to be a practice, because one realtor will tell the other, oh, I don't go to my listings. I just give them the combination lockbox, let them go there by themselves. Guys, don't ever do that for yourself. They're going to rip you apart. They're going to rip you apart. And your license, you will end up losing your license, because the fines are going to be so monstrously expensive, right? And the board, let me tell you, MLS and the board has zero tolerance for that one. Are you nuts? You can't give a combination to a client. And here's the best part. We've seen it where the clients have gone in. I love this. Where the clients have gone in and the realtor's not there. And the realtor goes, oh yeah, I was with them. No, we've got them on camera. And we've seen them where the individual, the client themselves, have gone and unplugged the camera. And their face is right there, man. And it's their hand doing this because it's in the kitchen, right? How crazy could you be to unplug a camera? I've got you. Your face is coming there. Your hand's doing this. You're fried. You're cooked. You're dead in the water, and so is the realtor. The realtor over there. I've got cameras for my listings. They're internet. Oh, you plug them right in. They're right on your cell phone. I mean, literally takes installation. You don't need to open up a hole in the wall. Just put them right there in certain areas. Plug them in. No one. Yes, there are people that are out of their mind. There are people. Why are jails full of children or adults? Well, there's children jails and there's juveniles, but how about adult jails? No. They're full of what? Adults. Sometimes we don't behave like adults, okay? So why don't we do something? Why don't we keep people honest? And you know the way I want to keep people honest is cameras. And I'm going to let you know, oh, by the way, there are cameras there. Have a great showing.
Wasn't the news like around the agent drinking juice from?
Oh, from the. Oh my God! Yes, guys, I've seen that. Yes, I've seen it from the refrigerator. Help me, Lord. Lord, help me. The guys.
They got fired.
Well, yes, without a doubt. So listen, these cameras. It's a tax write-off, and you can have them. And you are being now different for your seller. You're showing them that you care about their properties. They might have their own cameras, but I'm going to install a couple of mine too. Listen, you just plug it in. It's already programmed to your cell phone. You know how long it takes to program the camera to the cell phone? Literally less than a minute. 1 minute. And you've got access to it from anywhere you're at. And you are seeing people drinking out of the refrigerator. No, going over there and unplugging the camera. Their face is clear right on it. Is this your client? Let me send you a photo on the. Okay. So yeah, you do not well, we don't do that. But there is a trend of individuals doing that, okay? Use Supras, guys. I mean, you're making 100% commission in partnership Realty. What is it a little bit of a cost? Like you mentioned a couple minutes ago, $9? Are you serious? $9 is nothing, okay? And those cameras are $50. Buy two of them. Buy two of them. They're like $15 and some more to $30. They're so inexpensive. But you are showing your seller how different you are. You have to be different to the competition. And everything that we must do is just nothing but doing things professionally, legally, and right. How hard is that? How hard is that? I mean, real estate is made for me. Honest, to be an honest individual, be a truthful individual, be a professional, be a helpful. Are you kidding me? It's got every single check mark that I love in the professional world. You know, realtors, all we have to just be us. Be truthful, be honest, be transparent, and things like that. So about the cameras, think about it, guys. And about the Supra keypad, put it in there. You can rent them. You don't have to buy them if you don't want to. You can actually rent them, okay? So take a look here. So utilizing lockbox, heck yeah. All right, let's talk about this one. Here, this one, number 72, turns to be a bit of a nightmare for realtors. Everything that I'm giving you guys today is nothing more than what? An opinion. I've always told you guys that. You guys don't have to do anything I say. You just have to, you'll walk in here with your opinion, and then you'll walk out with two opinions, okay? Mine and yours. Then you'll think about it. Which one do you really want to go with. For example, I don't like taking up backup offers. You want to know why? I'm busy as heck. Once I take an offer and we have an executed contract, have you guys ever done your administrative paperwork from the beginning of the transaction to the end? It's tedious, right? It's a lot of freaking calls. And when you are really pumping it and you're selling a lot of properties, I want to eliminate my unnecessary phone calls. So here I am, I took up a backup offer. Not only am I having to handle all my other clients, now I got people calling me up. Hey, so can you give me an update on the backup? Really? I don't want to give you an update on anything. I'm already giving my seller's update and all the parties involved updates. The listing, buyer's agent, title agency, mortgage company. I got to be giving updates left and right. So me personally, a backup offer, I tell you guys, don't even put a backup offer, okay? Because mostly all deals do close. So here you are, okay, waiting to see if this property is going to fall apart or not. You could find them in another property, and you could be closing within that time period. Absolutely, you're wasting time. So I don't know. Guys, what did I say? That was just an opinion, all right? You guys do what you want. And if you want to be on the phone call, and you've got another agent calling up weekly, and sometimes the clients will call you up, hey, can you give me an update? No, no, I don't owe you anything, But you took up a backup offer. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry, I forgot that. So I don't know. That one's totally your call on that one, not mine. Okay? Oh, your realtor doesn't call, and we have a backup offer. Are you the broker? Yes, I am. And your realtor's not answering, and we got to back up and win an update on it. Are you serious? I don't want to take your incoming calls either. So just don't do backup offers. All right, you might have not liked that one, but that's my point of view. All right. Here we go. Seller does not authorize third parties to write comments and reviews. Well, that one again is my opinion, solely. I don't know if those reviews are going to be positive or negative or what's going to be. So I don't want reviews. You can show the property, you can do the property for marketing purposes and for CMAs and market analysis and things like that. So what's going on with the market and how it's selling and so forth. But reviews, I'm not big on that one. Let's go down here. There's any known facts? Well, you guys know that we need a seller's property disclosure, correct? So if there's anything at all, it's going to be right here in line 102. But you can also put down C, seller's property disclosure. Got it? C, seller's property disclosure. Okay, or put in a if there is no information. And let's go right here on number 109. This is where it gets a little bit confusing for a lot of realtors. 6%, 5%, 4%, whatever you guys decide on. Here goes the full amount, right? Now here is Partnership Realty's $495. That's the processing fee. That's our transaction fee. You can put it right there. So it's the commission plus the $495, correct? And or accepted price, because the seller could accept a lower price. So I put down or accepted price. That's the way that I do it, okay? Because in many cases, I am not getting a full price offer. I'm getting an offer that is acceptable. It is acceptable to our seller or sellers, or investor or contractor or whoever the case may be. Nowadays we don't see lease options anymore. I mean, it's really rare to see a lease option, unless we get into some of those rare occasions, and then that's when you're going to fill this in here. Come and see me whenever you have a lease option. All right, see me and I'll help you with that. But anytime there is one. But if not, put NA in there. Now, I suggest you worked hard on this. I suggest that there was a pre-listing inspection, okay? that you know there was a cost involved, do you really think that the inspectors are going to go out there and they're going to do these pre-listings for free? Gas, time, cameras, reports, setting it up, printing it out, sending it to you, emailing it. There's a cost involved. At least put 60 days there that if another, if someone that you've shown that's seen that property while you had it, if they come in there, they still owe you a commission. Okay? Any questions on that one there? Okay.
Quick question, Ismael. Are you recommending, this is a residential, in commercials, up to 180 days?
Yeah,
They take
definitely.
more time, okay.
Good one, thank you. Commercial deals up to 180 days because they take more time to sell. We've had some commercial deals that are closed, small ones. Like we sell a lot of little condo units, and they're office condos. They close in 30 days, 45 days. But some of them, commercial deals will close in 4 months, and some of them will close in 10 months, and some of them will close in a year. Okay? So yeah, I would do 180 days on commercial transactions. Yeah. This one here is one that, I don't know what to tell you. I'm always shocked on that one right here. I'm always shocked on this particular one that you're seeing right there. That, and this one. Okay, so what are those? Have you guys seen listing reports where it's got underneath the company's, I should have put a listing report up there so you can see it. Underneath the brokerage information, they'll put transaction broker 2.5%, 3%. They'll put the that other, what's the other one? I think it's the single broker or something like that, 2.5%, 3%. But non-broker relationship, 0, or maybe 1%. Why? Have you guys seen that? Why? Somebody just explain to me, why have they taught you to do it like that? A non-broker is a sales associate, okay? This is someone that got licensed by DBPR, the Real Estate Commission, and as soon as you get licensed, you are entitled to sell, buy, rent. You're entitled to practice any aspect of the real estate business and get what? Paid for it. Who says that you need to be a realtor? You don't need to be a realtor. Okay, so those are individuals that work with they call them referral companies. I don't know why. We have our own sister company, which is Florida Real Estate Homes. I mean, we don't have a lot there because I encourage you guys to become realtors. Because the MLS fee, are you kidding? That's cheap as heck. One rental that you do a year, that pays for your entire year of my God, of nothing but pure profit after that. One rental pays for the MLS fee, okay? And still you have some profit left over. But there's some individuals that will sign up to, for example, with Florida Real Estate Homes. I mean, we have a little over 100 associates. Those are not realtors. You cannot call yourself a realtor. A realtor is when you belong to the board and to the MLS, correct? An associate is someone that just got licensed, Florida licensed associate. They're entitled to get paid. So me, if I am the listing agent and you are the realtor, I'm going to pick on Angel here because not on bullying. No, I like you too much. And Angel doesn't mind. Okay, and he's my realtor, correct? And he's going to put in there 2%, 2%, and then 0% for the non-brokerage relationship. Why? I don't care who buys my property or who sells it, whether it's an associate or a realtor. As long as they bring me a client that's willing to buy it at the price that I'm selling it, why not pay him a commission? So why are you going to reduce your possibility of selling, right, to like this? Because you're going to eliminate someone who's just not a realtor. Why? Pay them 3%, put across the board 3%, 3%, and 3%, as you guys are seeing right there. There it is, 3% all over, okay? Don't do that. I mean, this, again, guys, what is this? My opinion, right? But tell me, can someone here please just challenge me on this, please? Just someone challenge me on this. What benefit does the seller, in this case now we're switching back and forth, Angel's my seller. What benefit does Angel benefit that I'm going to put in the listing agreement, I'm sorry, in the MLS, non-brokerage agreement, 1%. How does he benefit from that? How do you, as a realtor, benefit from that? How? Well, I can give you ideas. All right? Maybe in here you'll put down if a non-broker comes in, right? If a non-broker comes in the commission 6%, that if a non-broker sells it, me as the listing agents, I'm going to get 5%. Oh man, that's so unfair. That is so unfair. I don't believe, you guys know this. We don't charge you guys anything here. I'm here about helping people, not taking away. I'm here about helping everyone, not taking away. So why would you want to do this to an associate who's trying to make a living just like we are? So I can get 5%. I kind of feel that to be a little bit abusive. Wouldn't you say so? Or that's just my personal opinion up here? No, I don't see the benefit. Oh yes, me, I'm getting 5%. Oh man, I mean, it's all about me, right? Thank God that your broker's not like that. And it's not all about me. I'm a person that gives and gives and gives and does nothing but giving. But I do it in the same way, and that's why my business practice has done so well my entire career, because I am going to be a realtor for the rest of my life. I mean, in one of our classes, I'm going to bring up a gentleman that we didn't have the privilege on our grand opening party to have him up here, Mr. Jose Correa, who has been a realtor for 40 years. This gentleman's still a realtor. He's 80, I don't know how, he told me his age. I totally forgot, okay? But since Partnership Realty opened up 26 years ago, he's still with me. He's been with me 26 years, but I knew him. He was a role model to me. He was a mentor to me. And this man was one of the biggest realtors in Palm Beach County. I mean, one of the biggest realtors. And he's still a realtor. Now, do you think Mr. Carrera is at Social Security and SSI line? No. He is collecting, I'm sure he's collecting the Social Security, but I guarantee you what, he's collecting some really nice commissions because I've seen it paid out to him. He's still a realtor. Active body, active mind. And somebody asked him the question the other day when he was at my office. He goes, why are you still doing this? He goes, he's retired, but you know what he said? I'm active, I'm walking, I'm doing exercises, healthy body, healthy mind. The worst thing you guys could do at a later age, you know what it is? Sit down and let your body deteriorate. Heck no, we are realtors. We're going to be realtors forever. And that man is someone that I admire, and I'm bringing him up here. I'm going to, one way or the other, he's coming up here. He was going to come, but his knees were really hurting, and he couldn't wait that long. He went home to take some medication. You got to meet him, didn't you? You got to meet him. What an inspiration. What an inspiration of a gentleman. And guys, all it is just us doing our job correctly. That guy's an inspiration to me. I'll bring him up here. All right. So guys, this is the same thing right there. Just do it right, man. Just do it right. Be fair. Be fair to others, correct? It's not that hard. Not at all. So, any questions on this here? Because this one really confuses a lot of people. Any questions on that one? Yes.
So does that mean that we charge the seller 9%?
No. You're charging 6%. Let me go up. Let me just go up a little bit. You're charging 6%, or you might be charging 5%. Whatever you and the seller agree upon. Okay. And I've had realtors. You know, one of the realtors I love the most, brand new realtors. How can that be? No experience whatsoever, right? And people tell me, oh, but they're not producing. Are you kidding me? They'll be producing in no time. With all of our trainings and knowledge that we've got here, and all of our tools and technology that we support, that we give you, some of the ones that are the toughest for me are the ones that come with some bad habits already by being trained, like, oh, I won't take less than 4%. Are you kidding me? Take the 4%. Why? Because that's probably what the seller could afford. And maybe the seller is a good negotiator. Okay, I don't want to challenge him or her. Let her win. But it's not letting her win. It's me being part of her. She's going to send me more properties, more referrals, more, you know what I mean? You're going to end up getting this is a business is a matter of relationships, establishing relationships. Okay, so anyway, there's your 6% up here to answer your question, but this is for the cooperating agencies, whoever brings in the buyer, and I don't care if it's a Florida licensed associate. Again, that's my opinion. Okay, well, I owe it to my seller. I owe it to my seller to sell their property as quickly as possible. So I want an offer on that property like ASAP. Oh, by the way, guys, let's talk about this one here. Oh my God, there's so much to talk about. All right? So now you got the property out there, you got it listed, and you received an offer, and let's say it's close to full price, but the clients haven't even seen the property. They haven't even seen it. And you're going to come back, oh, and it says cash. But look, read on page 11 the fine print, okay? Those are the worst ones. I would never accept. Me personally, I will, period, never accept a cash offer. I don't care if it's cash, that's telling me that they're going to make an offer on that property without seeing it. Sir, ma'am, I thank you so much for but I want you to see it. Oh, I'm in another state. Okay, can you have a family member, a friend or family, to come and see the property, video it and everything? I want you to see the property. Okay? You know how many deals like that fall apart? A ton, because they're just playing with it. These are I don't call it. These investors are like Mickey Mouse investors. They're not even real investors. Okay? So be very leery of those. Be very leery of those. Here's an important one, guys. Number 142, conditional termination, 6% commission. So if I charge 6% up here, I'm going to put it right there too. I'm going to put it up there as well too. You've done your job. Buyer's agent brought in a cash buyer. And we spoke about this, and again, maybe I will speak about this as soon as we finish the class. We spoke about it in the beginning of the class, but I'm going to put 6% in there. Okay, I am not going to let them waste my time. First of all, and second of all, there is a commission due. There is a commission that is due. Correct? Especially cash offer. We have a CTC, and the seller now decides to not want to sell because of what? One of the most dangerous ones, love. Love. They were angry. They wanted to sell a house. They hated themselves. And now, a week before closing, they are back in honeymoon stage again. You have just put so many people in so much trouble. You put so many people in so much trouble. That poor buyer has already sold their property, given up their rental, already packed and ready to go. Oh my God, I can go on and on and on of reasons. So hopefully this one right here, guys, that you're looking at, this one right there, put right there 6% commission. Okay? They're going to owe it. I mean, I'm glad that you guys are back together. I'm glad you guys are back in love. But how about everybody else now that's being hurt because of your bad decisions? You know what I mean? So should everyone like, I don't know, God, I know this is a tough one. This one sounds, this one sounds tough right there. But honestly, you don't think that there's a ton of people that are being hurt when someone decides, oh, I don't want to sell now? Do you know what you've done to all the parties involved, including that buyer? Or wait, it might not just be a buyer. It might be an entire family that has just uprooted and just packed and ready to go. Guys, no, there's consequences involved. Okay, if you don't want to sell, don't sell. Now let's go back into another thing. You guys are going to get a listing. You guys are going to get a listing, correct? And they want to upgrade. What I recommend for you guys to do is first show them what's available. Please listen to this carefully. Show them what's available before you even take this listing. Because the problem is they're going to go under contract, they're going to get exactly what they wanted, they're going to go out looking for properties, and then they're going to realize, oh, geez, there's nothing out there. Our home is the best deal. Why are we going to sell? Now, do you think that other people are now affected by that decision? So I think it was I think the realtor should have done their job correctly by talking to them and educating them on what's out there. Educating them on what's out there before we put your property in the market. Seller's net proceeds signed. Everything signed, okay? And if they go, yes, I saw that property, we like this one, we like that one, we want to change neighborhoods, perfect. I'm ready to go. Let's do the listing agreement, okay? Let's do the listing agreement, but don't let them sell their properties first or put their property on the market without seeing what's available. Do you guys agree with me on that one or not? Yes. Because I am telling you, when they see what's available on the market afterwards, they're going to back out. And who is going to be taking ibuprofens of 800 milligrams, Tylenols, and all of that? You guys seeing their psychiatrists. Can I see you on an emergency basis? You know, I really need to see you. The broker, I've got to talk to you, 9 o'clock at night on a Sunday. Are you serious? I'll take your call, but let's prevent that, man. Let's prevent stuff like that, honestly. I joke around with it, but this does happen. And it's because of the realtor not showing them what's available, okay? We're almost done with this here. Now, this is a really important one. I hope you guys see the reason why on this particular one right there. That's pretty much about it. Here's something, guys, that I want you guys to look at. One thing, and other agencies, whenever you guys get a listing, the brokerage firm takes it away from you. Let me shut up. Okay, I'm not going to point any fingers. Not going to point any fingers. All right? But the brokerage firm says, oh, thank you. That's my listing now. What? I just bought that house cash. That's my investment property. I have a real estate license, but I need a place to hang my license, so I want to go over to your firm. I just bought my investment property cash, and you're going to take my listing from me? No. Partnership Realty will never take your listing from you. Never. And before I go to hang my license at a real estate office, the first thing I'm going to ask the broker, correct, is, okay, if I come over here with 5, 6, 10 listings, and I decide to leave, can I take my listings with me at that moment? No, you cannot. Okay, well, it's a great pleasure to meet you. My God, I love that shirt you got on. Ciao. Are you serious? You know how hard I worked as a realtor to marketing dollars, marketing times, to get people to trust in me, to get listings. And then here I come over to, Angel, I'm sorry, you're the bad guy here today. Then I come over to this broker who's sitting freshly in the air conditioning, right there, drinking his cup of coffee or his tea or something. And he goes, oh, thank you, Ismael. I love you. Those are my properties that I paid cash for. But you don't know, and tell your friends, okay, do not sign up with a brokerage firm that is going to commit you to a 4-month contract, 6-month contract, 1 year. I've seen up to 2 years. That is literally crazy. How do you know if that firm is the right relationship for you or not? Are they going to treat you with everything that you deserve and your clients? That's super. Don't sign up with us. You can sign up with us at 3 o'clock and at 3:05. You want to leave? Ciao. See ya. Have a great day. I'm not about to take anything away from anyone. So do not let people take away your listings. Your listings are yours. You worked hard for them, and you're going to take them with you. We work with confidence here. We don't work with fear. I know that for you to leave this office, there's no other agency out there that has a better pay plan, better policy, procedures, technology than we do. So if these recruiters will lie to you, take you over there, and then you realize, correct, that they weren't honest and truthful, you will see that I didn't take away your listings or anything that belonged to you. You're going to come back. And that happens, that happens weekly with us, all the time. So don't allow, okay, any brokerage firm to take what is rightfully yours, okay? Any questions about the listing agreement here? Because I want to get into another great, another great topic.
Like a question here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question. I think based on my understanding that the compensation with and compensation to the other brokers, you write as 2.5. And in the compensation to the brokers, compensation, the item 8, compensation.
Yeah.
Title will compensation broker as a specific below. So you write as 6. I think should write as 3 because compensation to other
To a non-brokerage relationship?
No, not item A. Item A, that compensation to the broker.
Okay, whether it's 6%, 5 or 4%.
No, I think should write as 3 because that compensation to others, that can be paid by the seller or the broker. So it actually
It's not. It's paid by the listing agency. The commissions to the listing agency, and we pay the other brokerage. We pay the other brokerage. The seller doesn't pay them directly. Title company is not going to issue a check from the seller. If you're talking about a rental that a realtor owns their own property, yeah, they could do that.
I will talk to you later.
Okay, but we're talking about a sale in this case. But on a rental, and the realtor owns their own property, yes. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, but no, the listing agency is the one that's got, and it's got to be, it's the listing agent. Listen, the listing agreement must, guys, please understand this, must match the exclusive right of listing. Okay, so the MLS report and the listing agreement must match. It's got to match. The only thing with the listing, with an MLS listing, it is a contract on the commission. It is a contract. It is not a marketing material. It's whatever the commission says in the MLS report, that's exactly what the commission is going to be paid. But it has to match what? The listing agreement. Okay? It's got to match the listing agreement. So I want to talk about for the listing agreements, this one here. Okay, before we get to that, the seller's property disclosure. Guys, seller's property disclosure is very important. So if you represent the buyer, ask for it. Request a seller's property disclosure from the listing agent. What if the listing agency says, I don't have one? What must you guys do next? You guys have seen my classes before. I know you have. What do? What if the listing agent says, my seller doesn't have one? Because they bought it as an investment, they didn't live in it, they don't have one. What must a buyer's agent do at that point when you do not have a seller's property disclosure? You have to send a text or an email. First of all, I'm going to call you. Second of all, I'm going to follow up with a text or an email and let you know. I'm going to say, hey, Angel, good morning. Listen, I requested a seller's property disclosure. They don't have one. He says they won't provide one. You need to let me know if you want to go forward and move forward with the purchase of this home. You already did the inspection report. You've got an appraisal, but I need to know if you want to move forward or not. Okay, you guys got to get that in writing. You don't know the brain damage that brings you. All right, but in many cases they do provide it. So make sure that's there, and it's got to get signed by who? The seller and by the buyer. And that needs to go inside your package. Mandatory, guys. New construction, it's pretty much new there, I would do it anyway. I don't know. Can't hurt you. But guys, here's one beautiful thing. You guys have seen like our packages. The first one starts out with the regulatory and compliance fee of $4.95. The second one is when you close the file, the commission summary and the checklist is there when you close the file. Third one is when you close a rental, the checklist and the commission summary. Those need to go as far as your package. But when you guys see the checklist, that's just the minimal. I have all the time questions that are being asked the payroll, our compliance, Anna, and not Anna from title, our compliance department from the real estate side, and questions to me, Ismael, what goes inside a file? Here, let me help you. The word everything. That's it. Even text. How do you think, and I've dealt with some of you in these last few weeks, okay? Just as yesterday I dealt with a scenario that, thank God, we closed it today. Thank you, Lord. When I was driving here, they told me they closed it today. But how was it that I was able to help you, the realtor, close this nightmare of a problem, of a problem? By the text. Every single text. Guys, every single text. You gotta save it. If you can put it into your file, great. If not, don't lose it. Okay? And emails, don't lose it. The reason that I was able to close that one out yesterday, and that was a $15,000 nightmare for the realtor, was the text. Everything that was said and how it was stated. Okay, so there'll be no confusion on that. Text and email. So whatever I talk with you verbal, I'm gonna come back and just, just go all over it again with the text and an email. Okay. So seller's property disclosure, as you see there, is extremely, extremely important. And when you guys are going to do a seller's net proceed, this is how you do the math right there. You're going to get the last mortgage statement. The title company is going to need it. So the last mortgage statement is going to show you what the current outstanding principal balance is. That's not the payoff. So the payoff here says that they owe $254,776.43. That is not the payoff, guys. And this is not how you do the math. Now, Guillermo mentioned that the software that we've got for your cell phone does that calculation for you. But still, they're taking it off of Palm Beach County, not Palm Beach, County Property Appraiser's office, based on a mortgage amortization of how much they borrowed, what the interest rates are, how long they've owned the home, and that's how we calculate it. It's pretty accurate. But I am an individual that, you know what I trust? Nothing. I don't trust my own shadow, okay? I love doing everything perfect. I mean, honestly, in real estate, I do. In real estate, there's a reason I'm standing up here, and a reason I'm in front of you guys, and there's a reason I've owned this company. We've had this company for 26 years and doing nothing but growing. I don't claim to know anything else outside of real estate. I'm telling you. But in real estate, I know what I'm doing. All right? But don't ask me to go to McDonald's with you, because I was over at McDonald's the other day, and the lady says, "What are you doing?" And I go, "What do I do?" You know, what do I do? I didn't know what the hell to do at McDonald's, man. Do I press this button? You know, in freaking McDonald's, I was like, who is that guy? You're the owner of the brokerage firm up there? Yeah, me. That's me. I'm the broker. Get out of here. You're a liar. You know, do I press this button? No, I don't. Can I get, man, I was totally freaking lost at McDonald's. So don't ask me anything outside of real estate. Investment, sales, commercial, anything. Because I'm not going to help you. I'm going to destroy you. But in here, do this. Do this math. Why? So you don't have to give up commission, any part of your commission. So take this amount and take a look at the monthly payment, how much it is, right? And that monthly payment, multiply it by 2, and then you're going to get $2482.60. Now, take right there what the statement says that's owed on it, and take the $2482.60, and that is the actual payoff amount that you want to use.
Why 2?
Because you know how you pay a rent up front? Like right now, we're coming into October, right? So you have to pay for the month of October. Well, interest rates and mortgages are paid in the arrear. So go by 2. I prefer to, listen to this, I prefer to be on the high side than on the low side. And I always tell my sellers and clients, and buyers too, we are on the high side. And I always look like a hero when my seller comes to the closing table, and he's going to be walking away with $235,000, and he actually walks away with $239,000. I mean, trust me, I am his hero. I am his man for the closing. Not at McDonald's. He probably doesn't want to go with me to McDonald's. But at the closing table, he's going to tell all his friends, families, and stuff like that, that he wasn't shortchanged, that he did not have an awful and a very unpleasant closing. He had a pleasant closing. When he says, if his wife is next to him, or his spouse, or his significant other, oh my God, we're getting $5,000 extra. Oh, that guy Ishmael's the best. Okay, let's turn it around. Now you're getting $5,000 less. How do you think he's going to feel about me? Yeah, he's going to tell the wife, look at this. We were planning on buying, now we got $5,000 less. So no, guys, this is the way you do it, okay? Your payoff is done like this. It's, I can't improvise that more and more, on that there. So taxes are prorated. I'm not going to go into that. You guys know that. It's divided by 12 and find out the closing date. That's really super easy. Here's the net proceeds. Here's something that I like using, guys. Whenever you're doing measurements in the property, there are two ways of doing it. Your cell phones right now have a great laser, right? But when there's windows and mirrors and things like that, they don't work too well. There's little gadgets, little lasers that you can buy at Home Depot. Well, there are the items like this right here. These things, they're very portable. I do a lot of properties, whether they're smaller homes or luxury. And one thing I don't like a mistake is when they call me and they tell me, or something like that's going to happen to me as well too, that I have a living room that I expect that my living room furniture is going to fit in there, and then it doesn't because someone didn't take the time. I told you guys I'm really good at stuff. How do you open this? Oh, geez, here. Well, I'll have to get Adiel over here, the engineer. It's defective. Who needs it? That's why I always carry two. All right? If that doesn't work, it's defective. No, teach me. Do a class on Ismael. You open it like this, turn it to the right, open it, and then turn it like to the left. There you go, Ismael. It's not that I told you. This is a job for someone else, not me. So I love doing it, and you just click it here. I love being as accurate as possible. So I'm going to take it by the width, straight line there, as you see. Okay, and if it comes out to like 11.7, 11.5, I'm just going to round it off to 11 feet, or 12, or 20, or 25, and then by the length as well too. These things, to me, I'm a little bit old traditional on this here because I've sold many freaking properties, and I've seen you guys sell many properties to where your measurements are completely off, and then you guys got a huge nightmare in your hands because that owner expected their living room or their dining room set to be X amount by X amount. And those lasers, yeah, so I've seen them work and I've seen them not work. And I just prefer to do it the old-fashioned ways. So this here is just an opinion. You guys can use it if not, but this is very accurate. And at least it's not going to make a mistake from a glare from a window, a glare from a mirror, or anything to that fact. Okay? So it's something that I truly recommend to use. And also, in your listing, in your MLS report, under public remark, you're going to put it in there that all measurements are only estimates. Did we get that one? Yeah. All measurements are only estimates. So if that buyer wants exact measurements, they can go in there. But you're going to cover yourself. How are you going to cover yourself? Where's that going to be? Public remarks in the MLS report. All measurements are only estimates. So I think that's really important. Professional photos, guys. We have Javier. Is Javier here? Did he already took off? He's gone? Yeah, no, he's really good. He does professional photos, guys. I love professional photos. Why? Because it's an image of me. And I am going to get other listings. And when they look at your listings that you got right now, and your listing right now has some horrible photos in it, if I've got a $500,000 home or a $750,000 home or $1 million home, do you think I'm going to give you my listing? No. You don't even take pride. Take pride in the way that you are a professional, the way you dress, the way that you present your MLS reports, and describe the description, public remarks. I mean, get down and explain it very, very careful. Listings, okay? Do something. Learn about the property. Take down notes. I like being present at the home. And not only that, I'm going to give you guys these are all great tips. Why is it that some realtors get a lot of listings, right? There are two types of realtors. Here's the first realtor. So you're coming in, or a buyer comes in, they come into the property. Oh, welcome guys, come on in. Take a look around. If you need me, I'll be right here. And let them walk around. I need your opinion on which one you think will be the appropriate selling agent. All right, here's the first one. Knock on the door and let them come in. Let them come in, even if they have a realtor involved with them, right? That realtor's never been inside that property. They know nothing about that property, correct? Oh, hey guys, come on in. Good morning, good afternoon. Please feel free to, if you have any questions, call me, and I'm gonna go over there and text away, or take a look at TikTok, take a look at Instagram. I don't know what I wanna do. Talk with a friend of mine. Yeah, all right, so here's the other realtor. Good morning, guys, welcome. How are you today? And now, if you guys don't mind, I would love to tell you a little bit about the property. I'm gonna tell you all the fine and the features that this property has, and what the sellers have done. Here is a pre-listing report for you guys. Here are the items that have been corrected. And once we're done with our little tour that I'm going to give you, then I'm going to give you guys some space to go ahead and walk around and see the home for yourself. Now, I am going to take that buyer and I'm going to explain everything, the upgrades, all the things that it's got, all the different compartments, just every feature of the home that needs to be explained, okay? And about the community, I'm going to explain to them the actual, where the shopping centers are, where the hospitals are, where the supermarkets are at, what schools are nearby. I'm going to be a listing agent. Oh, I am, guys. I'm probably not good at McDonald's. And this joke about the McDonald's, it's a true story. There's Leslie back there. I looked like a crazy nut in front of McDonald's. I don't know how they didn't kick me out of there. All right? But as a realtor, oh, I'm good at it. So I prefer to make more money here than, shut up, Ismael. All right. All right. So I am going to describe this home excellent. I am going to give you a description. I'm going to tell you what the schools are, everything. Then, after I've said and spoken about all the upgrades, and I've told you all about this listing, oh wait, the seller themselves are seeing what I'm doing, and they're going to tell that to their friends, families, co-workers. That's your realtor. This is the realtor that's going to explain and sell your property, especially when you get into the luxury homes, or any home, guys, for that fact. Don't be that realtor that opens the door. Come on in. I'll be there at the pool. Or if there's a pool, I'll be there next to my car. You know what I mean? No. Give them a quick tour and show them and tell them all the features, all the upgrades, and everything about this home, okay? And then give them some space to actually enjoy it. Tell them about the community. Tell them about the events. Tell them about the HOA. Inform them on the home they're going to buy. Does this make you a top-of-the-line realtor? Or who's the top-of-the-line realtor? The one sitting at their car there? Which one? No. If I'm going to list my home and I'm going to find a realtor, right? If I wasn't a realtor, who do you think I'm going to give it to? The one that texts in the car there? Or the one that describes my home to the T, that's going to tell you all about the schools, the shoppings, everything, and about the upgrades, the pre-listing. and the things that the owner, the pride that the owner has already taken on repairing for you. Guys, those are just tips. They're very, very important tips, okay? And professional photos, right there. You guys got Mr. Adiel. Now we get into, we're almost done with this class, but I left the best, the best for last. Here's something you cannot do. Please listen to this one careful, all right? What you cannot do. If you get a showing, please read that showing confirmation careful, because it might say confirmed, and you ask for a showing for today at 3 o'clock, right? And it's going to say confirmed. But if you look at the bottom, what's today, the 23rd? Today's the 23rd? What?
26.
I never claimed to be a genius. Did I? I didn't. Forget it. So don't come and ask me like what day it is or anniversary or anything like that. Forget our birthdays. Forget it. I'm not good at those things. So whatever date it is. And I love that. I love not having to be on a schedule. To me, a Tuesday is the same thing as a Sunday. I'm a realtor. I leave when I want to leave. I leave on a Wednesday, and I will take off and come back whenever the heck I want, because I just did some really great closings. I don't have a schedule, so sorry if I don't know today's date, guys. So what today's, the 26th? Got it. All right, back to reality. So you asked for showing instructions for the 26th at 3, and it said confirmed, but you didn't read the bottom, and it said the 27th. Confirmed. You are entering a home illegally. Illegally, guys. Completely illegally. That's a major fine by MLS. And MLS does not take that lightly. And can they file, and can the listing agent file the complaint against you for entering a property illegally? Yes, the answer is yes. Can you be fined? Yes. And there's many other things that they could do as well, too. But if it's your first time, okay, not a big deal. All right? Now, let's say that you did get a listing, a confirmation, and it is tomorrow, the 27th at 3, and you can't make it, right? And you can't make it, then cancel it. This is a must. Can I tell you in capital letters, must? Please leave it in writing. Good morning or good afternoon. Listen, I know that I have a confirmation for 3 p.m. today, but something came up with my buyer and I can't make it. I'll have to reconfirm again, but we're canceling. Because in many cases, those sellers are going to leave the home so perfectly perfect. I mean showroom casing, all right? And now they make arrangements of taking out their puppies or their loved ones, and they're out of the house so you can come and show the properties. And the listing agent probably is going to have to change their entire schedule around, drive 30 minutes, because 30 minutes is from anywhere, Royal Palm to here, Wellington to here, Del Rey to here, North Palm Beach to here, anywhere, okay? And change the whole schedule around for you not to cancel it. Guys, we're professionals. Let's just behave like professionals, please. It's not hard. It's simple. One text. Good morning, Angel. Sorry, listen, I know I had a showing, but I can't make it. I really appreciate, please apologize to your seller for me, and we will try to reschedule as soon as possible again. Please apologize to your seller, okay?
What about if the client never show up?
If the clients don't show up, okay, I'm getting to that one. Okay? Here's what I recommend. When you have a client, correct, you find out all about them, get them pre-qualified, so forth. Find out what their needs are. Then you will send them not 20 MLS reports. You will send them 5 or 6, 7 max. And then in the vicinity of what they're looking for, okay, of the area of what they're looking for, and ask them, please hear me careful. That's why I left this for last. Ask them to please drive by the neighborhood, but do not leave it in writing, because if not, you're going to get in trouble. Why? Because if I'm the client, I'm going to say, well, Angel told me to go by and look at the property, and I got off, and they're looking in through the windows. You're trespassing, right? Leave it in writing. Drive by, but do not get off the car. Do not disturb the seller's privacy. Okay, just look at the neighborhood, look at the home, make sure you like it, make sure you like it, and if you do, mark it and give me the MLS report or give me the address, and we will schedule a showing so you can walk around. Leave it in writing, because there are some clients, and you guys know that, que son, I want to use a polite word, atrevido en español. I want to use a light word, a nice one in English. You know, they're not too polite. let's keep it pleasant. And don't behave too well. Okay? So they'll get there, honey, get off and go look at the backyard. And here they are. They're getting out the car, walking through someone's backyard. They're freaking out. Listing agent's going to come. I mean, oh my God, they're going to want to destroy you. Now, I can't control what other individuals do, but I left it in writing. Go drive by in front of the home, but do, capitalize it, do not get off. Do not go in the yard. Do not go. When you want to see it, we'll schedule it and we'll go show it. Okay? What does that prevent? That prevents this. A realtor getting with the client together. So we've got, he's my client. We've got 6 properties we're going to go see. I made showing instructions for all 6. And here I am coming to your listing, right? And when I get there, pull right in, and the client looks at your property and says, I don't want to see it. But I got showing instructions. It's at 4. They prepared the property and stuff like that. Yeah, but I still don't want to see it. Can we please just get off? You know, like, just be polite. Let's just walk in there. I know you don't like it. I know you don't like the neighborhood, but can we just walk in there? You know, and what do? You're going to go against your client? Especially when the wife or something, I don't want to get off. My wife doesn't want to get off. Okay? Now, yeah, done deal. But you looked horrible to the listing agent and to that listing agent that came all the way there and to those homeowners who prepared the property so the property could be seen. And they took the puppies out. They did everything. No, guys, that's not the way it's done. Send the client first. Ask them to drive by. Do not get off. Look at the property. Then we will schedule a showing to go in there. Now the client already seen the neighborhood, seen everything around it, and they know this is a property they want, not the other way around. Okay? Sometimes misfortune does happen. You're with the client, and you know they get an emergency phone call from the children from school, got to go pick them up, or whatever the case may be, and you can't make it to that other listing. Please cancel it, guys. Are we clear on this one here? Please cancel it. Don't just not cancel it. Man, you guys don't even know the problems you guys are going to go get into. And then the reputation that you're going to get as well, too. Cancel. But don't cancel it like 5 minutes when you're there, or don't cancel it.
In case I'm being there, be waiting for the customer and everything.
I understand. That's other office, not us. That is other office. We are professionals at Partnership Realty. That or other office and other realtors have not been trained correctly, they have not been advised correctly or guided correctly. That's other office. If you remember who that realtor is, you know I would. I know that I would. You know what I would do? Oh yeah, hey, listen, I dealt with you once before. My seller prepared the property. I drove all the way there because I like going to my showings. Okay? And you didn't show up. Are you going to show up this time? You know, no. Realtors are they remember things, guys. So, you know.
So, in cases that the homes are in a gated neighborhood?
Right. There you can't do much. That's different. You will have to drive in with your clients there. Gated neighborhoods, nothing we can do about it. But the majority of all the rest, we can. So we can prevent at least 80% or more or greater. 80% or more or greater. Okay, and so we already spoke about if you, well, no, we didn't exactly talk about it. We talked about the cameras and being inside properties and things like that. So always be leery that or just be, knowing that the homeowner could have cameras inside the place, okay? If there are children and the children are going this way and their parents are going that way, what do you think the realtor should do?
Go behind the children.
Go after the children. Yeah, who said babysit? Yes, thank you. Yes, you became a babysitter. You just became, let the parents aren't going to do anything wrong, okay? But I will go take, because the kids might see something they like, no. I'm going to go over there. Now, some of you guys are braver than I am. I know that some of the ladies, you guys have power. Like, you can go over there and go, can you please take care of your children? I know that I wouldn't. I would become a babysitter because I am so afraid to tell them, can you guys watch over your parents? I don't have the guts. I don't, so I'll become a babysitter. But some ladies are phenomenal. They know how to take control of a situation like this. Go, your kids are running around, you can't have this. I know some ladies can do that. I know that I can't. I'm an automatic babysitter for the entire day. And then Xanax after that. No, can't with you guys. So the last thing here that I want to talk about on listings, okay, would be that if you show a property and it's vacant, correct? And it is vacant, and you drove by and you showed the property, let's say at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then you went and showed some other properties, and then you're right back in that neighborhood again, and you go, it's vacant. I'm going to come back in again. Legal or illegal? All right, did somebody say legal? Totally illegal. You got to get showing instructions all over every time. Every single time, guys. Let other people make those mistakes, but who's not going to make those mistakes? We are. Sorry, Henry, you're going to say something? Oh, okay, great. Oh, sorry, guy. All over again. Even though you know it's vacant, you can't do that. You cannot, okay? That's about it for our class here today, We have, I know they've got some great lunch over there. I will meet you guys over at the classroom. Sorry, at the lunchroom, at the lunchroom. And we've got many more classes. Next week, we are going to put out a schedule. And the schedules, we're going to have classes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The big classes are going to be on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Friday and Monday and Friday are going to be workshops. More like Carieli said right here about how to use the app. Just simple stuff by Guillermo, Carielis. They're going to be doing things like that. Just little workshops. You guys are welcome to come in. Sometimes there might be 2 individuals there. There might be 3. Sometimes there might be 10, 15. But there'll be little workshops of learning. No, that'll be over there. The workshops will be over there.
Mondays and Fridays, right?
Mondays and Fridays only. Those will be workshops. You're going to know, you'll know who the speaker's going to be. You'll know what the subject's going to be. You'll know what language is going to be in. You'll know the bullet points and so forth, Yeah, we always around 11:30 to get everything prepared. But those are workshops. And it's great to come in and, and learn. I mean, guys, we have to know everything there is to know about the real estate laws and practice and rules and so forth. That's it, period. It's not hard. You're more than welcome, guys. Have a good one.